What do you think about Casey?
Well, we lost a rock icon this week, and sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your Aussie thing.
No, it's all right, man. Whatever. It's good. Everything's fine. Nothing here.
Not
NFH.
Nothing here, boys. Not at all.
So, moving on from that, do you want to take a moment of silence for Aussie?
Nope.
We can.
I think we've
Yeah,
had a few
take-
moments of silence during that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty true.
Pretty silent the whole time.
I'll edit those out, compile them together, and put them at the end.
One big moment of silence.
Hey, your guys' episode had like 6 minutes of silence at the end. It was
That's
for Aussie.
Yeah.
So I had a situation up at the CVS in West Baden the other day, and you're familiar with the CVS in West Baden.
Oh,
I
yeah.
assume at your old stomping grounds up there. And I was walking in to get an anniversary card for my lovely bride because it was her anniversary. Don't tell her that because
She didn't know.
didn't know, but I remembered. You know, she's busy. Just had a kid. You know, all that stuff. She's busy. Not that I'm not involved in that. And as we record in real time, it's 12:50, and I'll be up, probably still at 3 for the nighttime feeding and changing, but doing my part. But
Yeah, good for you.
yeah, there was a guy. Hey, just because you're bitter about Aussie, don't take it out on me.
Yeah. It's not like none of us have already been there or nothing.
Yeah. I'm a father of 4.
Hey, you
Like,
got
I've
that? You got? Is there a trophy up there somewhere?
Can you give me a trophy, Dave?
Yeah, we can-
Dad of the year.
We'll get it.
We're going to have to get one of those wow faces.
So there was a guy walking out, and he must have done something with. I thought he was a plumber, like his shirt had kind of like the plumber thing,
Ass cracking.
but then it was no, and then it was like a water. So I don't know what he was doing, but he had been there to do some work, and I was walking in, and I'm a very sociable person, small town, so I gave the, hey, how you doing? As I walked in,
Of course.
and this guy goes, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And I go,
You got a daughter, right?
"No, he was a younger guy. He was a younger fella." And I go,
Good thing you didn't say that then.
I was like, I don't know, man. Where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from up in Columbus, Indiana. And I was like, well, my wife worked up there in Columbus. Like, we went out a few times, like 10 years ago when we were dating, when she was still working up there. He goes, no, that's not it. I said, okay. I was like, well, do you get in DuBois County much? No, I really don't. My area, this is kind of furthest south I get. And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't want to like jump straight to like, oh, you watched The Wandering Dutchman? So I was like, I mean, by chance, did you have somebody involved in the legal system? Like I did, I'm an attorney and private practice stuff. And he looked at me and goes, no, nothing like that. But man, you're just so damn familiar. Like I know who you are. And I was like, well, an overweight, bald guy with a beard, like that's kind of like a standard MO for a lot of guys. Like maybe you just have me confused with somebody. He goes, no, I swear to God, I know who you are. And I was like, well, I'm kind of on a little bit of a podcast, like, like maybe you've seen that. And he's like,
No, that's not it.
That's exactly. He goes. I was like, do you listen to podcasts? He goes, yeah, I do. He goes, what's the podcast? And I go, The Wandering Dutchman. He goes, you guys got some stuff on. And I was like, oh, he's seen the tits video. And I was like, oh yeah, we do. We post a lot of reels. And he goes, no, that's not it. And I was like, and I looked at him. I go, well, pal, I can't help you. He goes, man, I swear to God, I know you. And I was like, Casey Lindeman, Holland, Indiana, attorney, like podcast. I was like, oh, you got a kid that plays baseball, maybe? No kids. I was like, well, do you like involved in baseball? No, but I swear I know who you are. And I was like, we just went through everything where you would have known me from. I don't think you
bring
do.
up the golf scramble that we should have won.
And I didn't, but he didn't look like a golfer.
Do you think
Neither
he
do
does
we.
that to people on a regular basis?
Probably does.
Just
does.
to mess with people.
But
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, but I was wondering if you guys have ever had that situation where somebody swore they knew you up and down and you ran through everything you're involved in and it still was like, nope, that's not it, because that's exactly what happened to us standing in the middle of the CVS in West Baden.
Well, I'm going to go off on a limb and say this episode's off to a shit start because no, I've never had that happen. I have nothing to add to this.
I have had it happen to where somebody comes up to me. Matter of fact, me and the warden just had this happen to us a a few weeks ago, probably close to a month ago.
She doesn't remember.
At the Rural King, and we was walking into the Rural King, and this kid walked up, and he was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hello." And like, how's it
Hello,
going,
mate?
How's it going, bud? And all this stuff. And then like he goes, "Oh, how how you been?" and all this shit. And I'm like, he's asking me questions, and we're trying to make small talk and trying to muddle our way through
talked
it.
about this.
Yeah, and I was like, "Man, I am so sorry, but do I know you?" You know what I mean? And he was like, "Yeah, I worked at here with this
cousin
guy back in the day. You remember?" And I was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" And it really didn't still ever click, but like vaguely, I can still remember who he was. But that happens quite often.
Yeah.
To me.
Now, I have a similar story that I'm going to share in hopes that this guy watches. A few years ago, I got reached out on Messenger on the Face Space by a fella.
You got reached out?
A fella reached out to me.
Okay.
"Hey, man, how you been? You remember me?" And I'm like, "No, buddy. Who are you?" "Oh, I graduated with you. I was friends with such and such and such and such and such and such." I was like, "Yeah, a long time ago, man. I don't remember." And he's like, "Oh, no. He's like, "Yeah, you knew me. I need $30, man. Actually need $100." And this is terrible. So I Facebook check. I'm like, "Oh no, he actually knows all these mamma jammas." And he tells me that he's stranded somewhere with his kiddo, and he can't get home because he lost his bank card or something. And I was like, "Well, how am I going to send you money then if you ain't got no bank card there, Hoss? Like it ain't cash, And call me the fool, but I ended up being like, the dude needs a hand, he's stuck. I was like, "I got some buddies up there help come fix your car if you need it." "No, I just need gas." So I ended up, he wanted way more than $30, but I sent him $30. I pay you back. Never heard anything again. Homeboy's doing real good. He's always posting his side gigs on there on the Facebook now. I mean, he was radio silent for like 7 years. Apparently found Jesus or something, which is great for him. But I still feel like he
He took
Yeah.
your $30 and ran.
Yeah, that's what he did. And I'm kind of hoping that this turns into a reel and he sees it. Because he knows, who you are, my And I see you making your Sunday dinners, selling them mamma jammas for $10 a pop. And I made $170 today. Well, I gave you $30 when you told me your kid couldn't get home. I remember.
You owe me, sucker.
By the way, knowing people that owe you money from my previous life, there's about a handful that still do, and I'll see them out in public, and I'll go, "Yeah, they owe me."
How's that McDonald's, pal?
They owe me $450
Off
for
a
this.
nice pair of shoes you got.
Looks like a new boat hanging out there back.
It happens since we've started this. I feel like it happens more now than it ever has happened. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to immediately assume. Like,
Right.
you've had success. You've
Yeah.
kind of got a public face out there a little bit. You don't immediately want to assume, like, "Oh, you're a fan of the Dutchman. Awesome." And then be like, "Never heard of you guys."
You're right.
Yeah.
Never.
More people have not heard of us than have heard of us.
Well, that would just, that's statistically speaking. Yeah.
Logical.
Yeah.
The people, so for me, I don't, so I listen to the show when I can,
Bullshit.
which I don't listen quite a bit. I don't listen very much.
To this show?
Yes, my own show.
Do you think that's weird?
He's never listened to an episode of this.
That's not
fine.
true.
That's fine.
You've
That's
listened
not
to
true.
it.
Do you
Have
guys listen to it?
Yeah.
Every time I edit, I listen to the whole
Well, of course. So
thing.
do you listen to it?
Yeah. I would say that my drive up to the resort or like working in the office, I will listen to.
What's going through your head? Are you critiquing? Are you
I
reminiscing? What's
I think the biggest thing, sometimes you forget what you talk about to a
He's
certain
probably
extent.
checking to be sure I
That's
edit
what
it
I'm
well.
getting at. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's
there
been
might have
burned on
been
this
an
podcast for a hot mic moment.
Since
So,
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great. Like,
Hey,
I'm driving to work and
Have
it's
you,
like,
have you listened to the show? It's bad.
Yeah.
real bad.
hey, I don't know if you know this,
but you
and
need
it's
to take
probably
it
a
down
mistake.
now.
but I think Dave forgot to edit something. And I was like, oh, what's it about? Something to do with ladies' backs and statistics. Oh, shit.
I've not heard about
It
this.
would have canceled us. It would have gotten. Yeah, it was not good.
Well, when we get done, I'll need to.
Yeah,
We will. We
not-
can try to find out. But anyway, I don't. A lot of times, like I have a fair amount of beers, or like on nights where, like we just kind of flow, and the conversation happens and whatever. There's a lot of times where like I don't necessarily remember.
Do you remember
what we talk about? And
go off the rails.
And then when we were batch so we batch record every week, but like
sure.
when we were still releasing like bi-weekly and things like that, like you don't remember what comes out when and like what day and this and that. So like I'll get text messages. You hear this like dinosaur that I have living in my throat?
Yep.
So like I'll hear these things and I'll get text messages and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're so right when you're talking about da 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 da," and I'm like, I don't have a freaking clue what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And then I have to think about, oh, they're talking about the show on this episode when we talked about this 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
My mom used to do that to me. With
Yes.
me and Dad's podcast. She would text me and be like, "I did not say that," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
And
all the time.
acts like I'm there with her in real time.
Exactly.
Listening to the episode.
Right.
Well,
So that happens to me all the time, and then that will tie into, when you're at the Bombers game, or when you're at a high school football game, or you're at the grocery store, or wherever, and you do bump into someone that listens to the show, or da 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 da. And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, remember you were talking about this?" And I'm like, "Oh, nope, I don't have a clue what you're talking about." But you just got to muddle your way through it, And I mean, it happens to me quite a bit.
I was in a meeting at work this week, and somebody brought up the Coldplay thing. And somebody else in me was like, "Oh, Dave just talked about that this week, huh?" And I was like, "Oh, man, it's not really work talk."
Yeah. Well, we had a moment. So the reel that went big, it was in directors, and they overheard like, "Oh, 5 million views. What'd you guys talk about?" And I was like, "Not in this meeting. Not in this meeting. Not that it's like terrible, but it's not like
Yeah, you wouldn't talk about it at work, with folks in there.
Not everybody. Yeah. What about
on the legal side?
Yeah. What about you? You ever have that ultimate? Do I know you from somewhere?
I've gotten a lot over the past couple years of this. Actually, just happened to me a couple weeks ago, where somebody come up and be like, "You're a comedian, aren't you?" And it's weird because like I don't really identify with that anymore because it's been like months since I've done it. But somebody saw me at the Astra or something like that. But my favorite is when I'm with my dad, and Dad being a preacher, a coach, a teacher at school, all the things he's been.
Podcast personality. He introduced me to somebody tonight at the Strassenfest that watches us on the podcast. He goes, "This is my son," and he goes, "Oh yeah, I recognize him from the show," which is crazy because we haven't posted in a year.
Hey, it's a good show.
But what's funny is like somebody will be talking to him and they'll just be talking like he knows who they are, and then he'll interrupt him and go, "I'm sorry, I don't know who are you." Like he has no tact about it at all. It's just like, "Who are you?"
I think I'm guilty of that too, because my inner monologue the whole time they're speaking, I can't focus on anything that they're saying. The only thing I can think of is
Trying to remember who it is.
Who in the hell are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then finally I'll just say, "Hey man, I'm so sorry, but who are you again?" You know what I mean? And then they're like, "Oh, it's me."
I wish you could do like on text. Like I literally would just say, "Who dis?"
Yes,
On
me
text.
too. Me too.
And I wish you could just do that in person.
Yeah.
Dave still does that in our group text. And it's been the same for a while. I think the biggest thing is when you do have somebody that you don't know, but like they know Dave or they know Big Mace, but don't know me, or vice versa for the group. And then they'll talk to you like your old buddies, and you guys have been through like Vietnam together. And you're like, really don't know you all that well.
Yeah.
But they feel, and that's the weird thing about this show, and it's great that they feel this connection with you, like they're sitting here in the room with you, and they're still strangers to you. So it's a very awkward, like it's a weird thing to get over.
Yeah.
Were you expecting a guest at 12:30 at night?
Well, it's the
I'm
cripple.
always
It's the cripples ride.
oh, that's right.
We've
I was
got
gonna say I'm always expecting somebody.
we've
Yeah.
got a cripple in the hood tonight. He's got to have his ride home.
Yeah. Although he posted that his, he was a few episodes behind and his wreck happened while he was listening to the show. That's not good pub for us.
Right.
Was he here listening to the show?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was a few behind because he, since the accident.
Oh,
But-
good grief!
It's all part of it. But we're glad to see he's
Easy,
up,
Papaw.
doing well. Lucky to be alive.
Amen, baby.
Yeah.
That was
Standing
a great
tall.
job, buddy.
There it is.
Oh,
There it
my
is.
God.
There it
Grief,
is.
that's a hell of a scar,
Looking
pal.
good. Wow. Looking good.
I'm glad you came out, buddy.
See ya.
Yeah, we will.
Well, one more question about that for you guys. You talked about it a little bit, big fella, but like those interactions where you have absolutely no clue or like who somebody is, like what's your go-to move to make it seem like you do know them?
I speak in generalities of whatever situation I'm in, hoping that is close enough tied to where I allegedly know the person from.
Yeah. What about you?
I just say, yeah, man, good to see you, and to just keep walking.
What about
That's a pretty similar response that I have.
Yeah.
Now the awkward situation is if you're there like with your wife, and they're there with somebody like their wife, because they're like my power move because they want you to introduce. So like I'll usually like introduce Janelle right away, be like, "Oh, this is my wife Janelle," and then hopefully by that time there's like Janelle will enter that. Oh, Janelle will be like, and Janelle reaches out her hand to shake, and it'll be like, "Oh, I'm Curtis." I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's who that is.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
That's a
That
lawyer
is
move
good,
right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, because
Esquire.
Yeah.
speaking of the
That's some
same,
high level thinking.
Well,
That's
'cause
academic thinking.
speaking of the same situation in the same CVS, I walked in, and this was a few days before because I had to get something for my boss's birthday, and the store.
What a suck ass.
Well, just it was a birthday card and some tequila. Like it wasn't anything major.
I better text my boss after this. Hey, buddy, sorry I never got you anything for your birthday.
It's just you just try it because she gives me something for my birthday. Like it's usually a bourbon of some sort that comes my way for my birthday.
I'm in the wrong trade, boy.
Yeah.
Brown nose.
Yeah, you are.
Good God.
Hey, that's how you climb the corporate ladder. But
You.
but I walk in.
Ass first.
But I
Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I get it.
I
Yeah,
just
dude.
pictured Big Mace walking up a ladder with his
Backwards.
foot behind
Just
him.
backed up, baby.
come on in, pal. Water's fine.
Back it up.
But I walk in and this lady immediately recognizes me from somewhere, and she goes, "Oh, Casey." And a lot of times, because it's a resort, we got
Name tag.
we got badges. So I'll immediately go like, "Did I leave it on to come into CVS?" And I was like, "Nope, it's not there."
She should have had a badge.
It's like
And
the guy
well-
working in the mechanic shop that's got Stu on his name tag. And you're like, hey, man, Stu, appreciate you.
Take care of my girl.
And then, whoever the warden or whoever you're with, like, how the hell did you know that guy's name?
it was on
Oh,
his
sure.
shirt. Dip.
Do you, well, hold on. Before I go into that, but do you use like people's name tags? Like a waitress has their name, like
Hands
"Hey,
down.
Susie,
Yeah.
thank
Yes, yes,
Real
I do.
personal. Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
It is that way.
And the look on their face
Yeah.
whenever you do like address them
How'd
by
you
their
know
name,
me?
and it's like, and the anomaly, the funny ones are, I worked at Wendy's, and Wendy's was 100% a name tag
I
establishment.
had the name tag.
We had name tags, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
were, the safety pin and all that stuff. If you forgot yours, like you would just go back to the back and just
Grab somebody else.
just get one. You know what I mean? Like they had like a little community pot back there, so you'd get one in
Harold.
there that say, yeah, like George or your Larry.
thanks, George.
Larry. You know what I mean? And they're like, hey, appreciate you, Bob. And I'm like, who in the fuck is Bob? You know, like, oh.
I'm Bob.
You're welcome, sir.
Bob's your uncle.
And as they start driving away, they're like, Man,
There ain't no
they're
way that
hiring
guy's-
they're hiring these guys at Wendy's that don't even know their own name. So anyway, she starts talking, and I'm like, man, her voice sounds really familiar because voices generally are pretty good identifiers of people. Like you can pick out somebody's voice and have a fairly good idea.
Like Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that.
100%.
And so she was talking, and I was like, I know. I'm trying to think. She's still talking, and I was like, oh, the last name connected. And then I was like trying to think of the first name, and I did, and I had represented him a long time ago. But it was, it was a wild scene at the West Baden CVS. Celebrity in there. Well, obviously the one guy didn't have a clue, and I named everything I was involved in my life. Like
I was just messing with you.
I think I even asked.
Yeah,
If,
he had no clue.
I even asked if he had like dogs and pets and stuff. Like, oh, maybe you know my wife Janelle. Like, she's a veterinarian.
That actually sounds like something fun to do in public. Is just find a random.
we should do it.
Oh, that
We should do it, man.
Well, there was a.
There's all kinds of TikToks out there where the people just come up there will tickle me.
Have you ever
Pink, who are
seen the
you?
TikTok of the guy
Tickle me.
the guy who says he goes up to people in like the parking lot or in Walmart, and he's like, my girl's having a baby on me with my grandpa. Have you ever seen that? He talks about
Oh my
that it's
gosh.
just a prank, and then he gets these guys going, and then he says they're having twins and they're making me keep one of them. And he just goes down, and the reactions.
Oh my god.
I gotta show them to you when we get done. The reactions are so funny.
Oh my god.
They it's just I love the ones when it like in those kind of situations where the guy will be like he'll catcall, like he'll be at the beach. The one I've seen at the beach is like, hey, nice cake, and there's like a girl walking by in a bikini.
Yeah.
And the girl's like, and then you'll see somebody walk into the frame with
Yeah.
a cake, and
Yeah.
she's like, what'd you say to me? And he's like,
Nice melons.
Nice
melons.
There's a cake
And there's a
right
chick, there's a dude behind him that's got like 2 watermelons. I've seen those too.
I think it would be fun to just do that.
Just troll around.
Yeah.
Get
You
it.
think you guys would get away with that?
No.
Yeah.
Not a
Well,
chance.
big celebrities we are. We'd have to go outside of DuBois
Not a
County.
chance.
But
We couldn't go to Georgia, Illinois, or Linton area, or whatever you said.
Linville area.
Linville.
Well, there was I was listening to a podcast, and the guy was like, they were talking about what's like your best day ever, and he goes, I walked into like a CVS, and he goes, the guy working the counter said, hey, the Magnum's back there, aisle 5, big boy, and he goes, I don't know why, but that's been the best day of my life because the guy just like just hanging around the corner was like, hey. If you're looking for the Magnums, they're back. And he said it loud enough for everybody.
Oh,
and,
boy.
And the guys on the show were like, would you go back there? He goes, no, I don't need Magnums. And they're like, that guy must say that to everybody walking in. But could you imagine working CVS? Be
I
like,
was just looking for a bag of Skittles.
sir, I just want to know like where the B6 vitamin is. I'm a little
What a
deficient
guy,
in
though,
vitamin.
to like just boost everybody's day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you're in here, it's probably not great. It's either
You
because
know
you're
what?
sick or your
See
wife
that guy
sent
over
you.
there? I bet he's got a huge cock. He's
No,
probably
no.
looking for the Magnums.
I bet he's thinking that little dick bastard. Hey, fella, Magnums in the corner.
Aisle 6. Third shelf from the top.
Hey, it's the third time this week. Atta boy.
Yeah, what a
Yeah.
wild deal.
Thimbles are in the corner.
Hey, we're going to take a quick pause
Let's
for the
do it.
cause.
Let's do it.